Welcome to Guest the Lines, Week 10 and 10 questions of the Upper Bowl podcast. I like to say, Jake Riepma will join us shortly. Anyways, we apologize. We just want to get the show on the road. Anyways, he told us hey, get the show on the road, keep it moving. Anyways, but I'd like to welcome back to the program. Is it 2 weeks or 3 weeks sabbatical? Could we call it? The Dunkin dad is back from Spain. How are we doing?
This would have been 3. Would have been good, man. Would have been good. Doing really good.
It's not 4 at least.
No. It's not 4. No, it's not 4. We're doing good. We're back in the saddle, putting everything back into order, and we can officially cross off the lyric, "Well, I've never been to Spain" by the Three Dog Night group there. Shout out to Riepma. Yep, back from the other side of the world, and it's crazy over there, just the way it is over here, man.
That is awesome. I will say this. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the last couple of weeks. Last week you enjoyed me and Eric as a throwback. When I mean throwback, a throwback Upper Bowl podcast of Guest the Lines. He was not used to the 10 questions. He's done it like maybe once or twice, anyways. So he got thrown in the fire of that. And the week before, Jake Riepma and I took it down. We brought it down. We brought the house down. We made it entertaining, and so. We did a great job, anyways. So I like to say this: we as what Dan Marino said,
send it in.
We send it in.
Send it in.
We did a good job, anyway. So the Dunkin dad is back. He's back from Spain.
I'm back.
Did you enjoy any of the soccer matches? I got to ask.
I tried to go by one of the stadiums, but they were on their little international break for a second. I guess, you got FIFA, got qualifying, all that stuff. It's kind of like right in that little window where right before they pick back up. So
okay. All right. That's good. I like to say, did you pick up a lot of merchandise?
Merchandising. I brought back a Spanish Rioja, which is a wine, and I brought back.
Let's go.
A little bottle of gin, some like Italian infused strawberry, whatever kind of gin thing was on sale. So I figured I'd give that a try. But this was the first time in a while, and I have to tip my hat, but then also, pour one out for everybody with the bags. First time in a while that I checked a bag at the airport. Yeah, I was sweating the whole time.
Do I have to play the taps? Did you get the bag back at least?
I got the bag back, but with this whole shutdown thing or whatever, and people being short-staffed, and FCC people or FAA people not showing up, ABCs, BBDs, blah, blah, everybody. It's like my fingers were crossed, and I was like obsessed with tracking my bag. But
I've done that
home. I had the bag tracker.
Did you? This is what I do now. I've done this before. I have the tile. This is not a sponsored ad. I threw a tile in.
Yeah. In
the bag. I do that because I don't trust the airline thing sometimes. The tile is the life of thing of anyways. My dad did it because he was going back from Italy. His bag got left over in Paris, France, but he was making it home. So.
Oh yeah. Great PSA. Tile, the Upper Bowl podcast, email the show. Great PSA. Great travel tip there. Shout out to the Elder Harris. Shout out
to Stephen Harris. I like to say he's the official doctor of the pod, anyways, because he helps. I asked him, I was like for example, the camp schedule was like, he's done for the years. Like, oh yeah, he's done. It's either a clean break or a dislocation. This is what you get, anyways. From your father, my father. He knows what's going on. He knows the injuries. He has an idea. Maybe one day he's begging to be a guest on the pod, which is, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, Dunkin dad.
Don't bring your child to work.
Don't bring your father to work. That's a new one, anyways. Don't bring the father to work because I don't know. I don't want to say this. I don't want to get the show canceled at all. So that's why. So
we go from one Steven making moves to another Steven making moves.
Oh, Jesus. Who's the other Steven Jones?
Down there in Miami.
Oh, Stephen Ross.
Stephen Ross. I mean, two guys opposite of each other in all accounts.
Well, what? It's not really opposite. One works in New York City. One still lives in New York City and is an absentee owner anyway. So that's the difference.
Shout out to New York right now. You got a lot of things going on. It's a whole cup of tea. We're not even going to talk about it right now, but
yeah,
New York.
At least the Eagles are the number one team in the NFC right now. Let's say
they are the number one team. Yeah, I think it's officially not to give a shout out to the Odyssey crew down here in Philadelphia, but there's a certain guy, Joe G. We'll leave it at that.
Oh, Giglio, yeah, we could say his name. I'll clip this fucking thing anyway.
Giglio's like, send it in, baby, send it in. Give the Eagles a division. It's over.
So
It's
he's
over.
already talking printing the T-shirts and hats already.
Print the T-shirts, stamp the hats, get the
Does
little
anyone
bumper
even
stickers
buy
for the
those
kids.
shirts anymore? That's a better thing, at least.
No, when you buy your shirt, you buy your shirts when you're like driving down the boulevard or you're getting off of 95 and there's some student at the bottom of the ramp and he's got like 3 for $20 and you go over and you try to haggle with him and he's like, I can't give you anything off. And you're like, all right, come on, man, give me something. And he's like, I'll give no. I did that a couple years ago for the girls when I went to the Super Bowl. I was like, all right, make you some T-shirts, The guy was like, I'll give you 3 for $50. I was like, 3 for $50? You gotta be kidding me.
Get out.
Jesus. But yeah, I always say this, like, no one really wants the NFC, like the NFC division, NFC East Champs T-shirt. Those things are like workout shirts. You give it to
ask the Phillies how that worked out for you.
The Cubs won the wild card shirt. I ain't buying one, so I'll say that for sure.
Wild card champions.
Wild card representation, baby. Like I'll buy the hoodie for what's the word, like playoffs, Chicago baseball made for playoffs anyways.
Yeah, that's legit.
Like I would wear that, but I'm not gonna.
It's evergreen, right? You can turn that thing over.
You can flip it around anyways. Like
flip it around a little bit.
All right. We got 10 questions. Jake Riepma will join us mid-show. I'm going to tell you that for sure. So be ready for that because we have some questions about the Lions Viking game, the Bengals. We have almost every animal representation, by the way. I'll say that for sure on the 10 questions, but not
an eagle because they were
not an eagle because they were on a bye week. Anyways, almost every animal got represented in the thing. But I got to ask you, am I a bad person because I did not want to watch Chiefs Bills for the 100th time, by the way?
No, and I was a little bit ad nauseum with the constant, this is the greatest thing. This is Brady and Manning. It's Mahomes. No. Like, we get it. We get it. These are your two poster boy child kids for the NFL. We love it. We cover it. It pays our bills. But, I mean, it's week 9.
Yeah.
It's week 9, right? We're going to see these guys again at the end of the year. It's going to be back and forth. And however it's supposed to play out, it plays out. Of course, the Chiefs get one last gasp with the ball at the end of the game like they always do.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Like I was a little over it at this point.
I like to welcome to
Jake Riepma, everybody.
Welcome to our show, our guy from Dallas, Texas, where Monday Night Football is going to be. Anyways, Jake, I got to ask you this question. I asked Dunkin, am I a bad person because I did not want to watch Chiefs Bills last night? Because I'd rather watch the Rams and the Saints, by the way. Am I a bad person for that?
Well, I don't want to answer on your character if you're a bad person, because there's probably a lot more to dive into there. But that alone in and of itself does not make you a bad person. Are there other certain choices you've made that might be a little bit questionable? That remains to be seen. No, but appreciate the flexibility, fellas. We got a busy day here in Big D. We got Monday Night Football, but more importantly, we're wheeling and dealing, securing some guests for Fan University. That's a tease for later on in this program. But I appreciate you and the Upper Bowl podcast flexibility rolling with me here. Better late than never. You guys are the best.
I'm going to do a shameless plug for you guys. I enjoyed your Mike Elko interview, by the way. I was driving into producing that abomination of the Miami Hurricanes losing to SMU, by the way.
Go pony up. Although we're not supposed to say pony up anymore. It's kick 'em stangs. There's a couple other ones floating around, but apparently
we're using pony. We're still using pony up. I like that. If you can find me a t-shirt, Jake, I'll send you a Venmo immediately for that. Anyways.
I love it.
All right. That's enough stalling by us anyways. We want Jake to participate in the questions anyways. 10 questions for going into week 10 of the NFL. There's some questions about your Lions on here, by the way, because I appreciate some questions from that game anyways. All right, number 10, NFL trade deadline is tomorrow, okay, Tuesday, 4 Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. Who do you want to see get traded next, by the way? Jalen Phillips got traded this morning to the Philadelphia Eagles for a third-round pick.
Oh, I'll start here because I think the Lions and their loss yesterday certainly solidifies there's some help needed both defensively and up front on the offensive line. You've got a shuffling, rotating deck of musical chairs up front offensively for the Lions, and defensively, I'm greedy. I want the big splash trade. The Lions have done things right to get to this point as far as draft and develop, and then re-sign. The Aiden Hutchinson's deal is just the latest proof of all that, but I would love a splash trade to be made now for another pass rusher to support this defensive line? Is it Trey Hendrickson? I mean, with the Bengals shortcomings yesterday, and oh my gosh, like that ship has sailed so poorly for the Bengals. Like if they don't make a move and start dealing some guys, you got to wonder. I mean, you already do have to wonder the direction of that franchise, but I think a deal could be made there. So selfishly, I would love a pass rusher, but I also think the Lions could make a move for some guys up front, maybe even Jonah Jackson, former Lions offensive lineman.
Ooh, Dunkin' Dad, who you got?
Yeah, Eagles went out and they got Jair Alexander. Better late than never. Could have had him in the offseason. Who knows how that would have worked out, but he had to go test his little feelers elsewhere. We bring in the big Miami hit this morning. I know Trevor's going to break that down for us. That's great replacement. Does that say more about where like Brandon Graham is as opposed to, what we have on the roster right now? Like all kudos and everything like that. But I'm a firm believer, like when you take your victory lap and your tour and stuff like that, you kind of stay. And he's, whatever. That's my own personal thing. Love BG to death. Come on, hang out, talk. I'll see you later. But, I don't think it was the right move. Is there another splash out there for us? I don't know.
Or anybody, or any other team. Doesn't have to be the Eagles anyway.
Yeah, no, like Jake said, I think there's definitely a lot of help that Detroit could use. I think unless a nice edge rush for them, somebody up front. I'm looking at San Francisco to kind of make a move, and I would not be surprised if you see Seattle after what I saw yesterday in the past couple weeks. Just try to pull something crazy off, because right now they're in a really, really good position, and everything, touch wood, 12 fan, like everything is clicking in Seattle. Like I've been really taken aback by how well they're run on both sides of the ball, and giving them a little more shot in the arm would make a big difference and go a long way.
I don't like to toot my own horn. I've been on my own horn anyways. I was trying to saying the Eagles should go after Jalen Phillips anyways the whole time. Yeah. Jake Riepma, you've heard me a few times. Like that's the one guy I would like from the Eagles to go look at the Miami Dolphins and get him out of purgatory and come to a real football franchise anyways.
Well, I'm jealous because I wanted the Lions to do that, and the Eagles, once again, Howie Roseman and everybody else just proving they'll do whatever it takes. Yeah, and plus, it's also the first time the Eagles have a Miami Hurricane on the roster, so I could literally like pound my chest as being a complete stunad, as I like to say. Anyways, I think it's a great move. I think what I was told by or heard from people, Vic Fangio was probably asked, "Who do you want, Chubb or Phillips?" Like, give me Phillips, younger guy, not much of a crazy injury history, although he had back-to-back crucial injuries the year before. Yeah. I like him younger, and plus he's on a rookie deal anyways. You could probably franchise tag him as well, and it also probably shows like. Nolan Smith's probably not ready yet. And Brandon Graham's probably not ready. Like, give me the 26-year-old than waiting on Nolan Smith, who's like going to come back from injury and could get re-injured again. So that's how I view it anyways.
Yeah, it's a great plug and play for Fangio's system. Like, he's not going to have to go in there and be like, dude, here's the whole playbook, learn it. No, like he's all right. He's familiar with the guys, familiar with the calls. Here's your spot.
Yeah, before he got hurt in 2023 when Fangio was the DC there, I mean, he was just on a tear. He was dominating.
Yeah.
And last year, too, without Fangio, too. So he was about to start a re-tear. Right? Was about to tear again, then he got injured again anyway. So
yeah, I probably shouldn't say he was on a tear since.
Insensitive. Too soon.
Yeah, he was dominating. He was tough to stop.
That is true. That's a shot right there. Anyway, all right, number 9. Who do you blame for the 2025 Miami Dolphins season? Chris Greer was fired on Halloween Friday midday after 25 years with the franchise. And what are your thoughts on Stephen Ross not firing Mike McDaniel after letting Chris Greer go after a report that he's finishing the season? What are your guys' thoughts on this? This broke Friday, by the way.
Duncan, Dad, you lead us off.
Okay, I'll take care of the Greer side of it. You take care of the McDaniel side of it. How about that? Split the difference. I think you've got 25 years with the team, a couple playoff appearances, no playoff wins. At some point, it had to turn over, and this just seems to be the culmination of, all right, Ross doesn't have to make a decision. Things have sort of run their course. We've showed our signs. Now it's time to go. Does it optically look bad to a point without getting rid of McDaniels? I think Jake's going to handle that side of the conversation, but there's going to have to be wholesale changes in Miami, top to bottom. So you've got to start, taking away and hacking at the tree at some point, man.
100%. I would also add, well, I guess just on the McDaniel side of things, I think anyone that gets into front office to coaching, you understand you're hired to get fired eventually. I mean, it just doesn't, maybe a little less on the front office GM side of things, but any coach will tell you, yeah, I'm a sitting duck. That's just the profession. And I think any coach I've ever talked to in the history of the world understands that. Not that that makes it any easier. But with McDaniels not being shown the door quite yet, it just, there's a little bit inside in my head anyways that wonders, okay, maybe they're just clinging to that 2023 offense and they could somehow find a way to get back to that. But I just don't see any way that he survives. And is it fair? I think that both of them are shown the door. Absolutely. It's been enough of a sample size. This is a franchise that's just plummeting in all aspects. And the move with, you're not going to fire, you can't fire the owner.
No.
So the next up is the general manager and then the head coach. So
as someone who views it firsthand down here, I'm shocked that they didn't get done at the same time. Like they should have just done it. But when you look at it, it's like, who are you going to be naming the head coach? Like Frank Smith, Bobby Slowik's on this head coach is on this coaching staff. Anyways, Anthony Weaver, who's had the worst defense of all time. So like you might as well let me just get the GM going and then I'll make the decision later on. Anyways, also seeing a bunch of Raven fans at the game and also how there was cameras peering over to the Dolphin fans wearing bags over their heads and looking at Stephen Ross. It was kind of like a national exposure, like Stephen Ross, you better do something at least. And Chris Greer was in his own little box too. And Marino pissed. That's a sign of like something had to happen anyways. So
agree.
Definitely. All right, number 8. What are your thoughts on the Bengals offensive players being pissed at the Bengals defensive players after back-to-back losses to the Jets and the Bears?
I would say, listen, if this happens, if this is a one-off, you can't show that. You can't turn on your teammates, and you got to show unity. If this happens twice, same kind of thing. 3 times, yeah, you got to find a way to stick it together. But maybe, just maybe, this is the outlier that enough is enough. Something had to be said. Something had to be done. Because on one hand, you think they're not trying to be as bad as they are, the Bengals defense I'm talking about, but maybe some peer pressure, just like good old fashioned middle school days where you could get pressured into do something, some peer pressure from their teammates being pissed will finally get them to play a little bit better defensively. But it looks like just they don't care, which is so frustrating and so disheartening if you're on that team. I've been on teams where guys are just in it for themselves. It sucks, especially in football being the ultimate team game. And again, if this was a one-off thing, even 2, 3, 4 times, but since it happens every single week, I think they just reached the boiling breaking point.
I'm going to go here. This is the most entertaining thing that happened during Sunday. See the Jamar Chase make a fucking stop or drop an F-bomb. Then Chase Brown making a comment in the media is like, this. I'm so sick of this shit. Anyways, it just shows that team is fractured. Zach Taylor cannot fix it. That team needs to get blown up immediately, especially with the head coach, honestly. The problem is Mike Brown doesn't give a fuck anyways. And lo and behold, he's going to probably keep the head coach around like Marvin Lewis did. Duncan, you got anything?
No, I mean, I guess it's the football equivalent to like the manager getting thrown out, right? Yeah. I mean, at some point, there's got to be some sort of friction amongst the players, amongst the guys in there. And, Jake nailed it. Guys show up now for a paycheck. Guys show up to, cash their check. And it's just disheartening because there is talent on that team, but it's just so scattered. It is scattered. It's all over the place. I mean, right now you can have an argument that, 2 of the worst run franchises in the league right now are Miami and Cincinnati.
Yeah, which is crazy to say. All right. Number 7 was the Lions-Vikings game. We got to have a game between the both teams, by the way. Jake, this was an entertaining game anyways, and J.J. McCarthy came back to the state of Michigan and won. What was your thoughts on this game, by the way? I have 2 questions for you about this.
Entertaining would be the last word I would use to describe this game. Painful, sloppy. Lions committed a season high in penalties. Defensively, listen, I'm not going to take anything away from J.J. McCarthy. I've liked his game. I liked his game coming out of college. I think he's a freak athlete. Pairing him with Kevin O'Connell, I mean, he's going to continue to grow. I mean, this was only, his 3rd start, for goodness sake. So this is not me taking anything away from J.J. McCarthy. But the Lions offense and special teams, to a degree, shot themselves in the foot repeatedly, and Minnesota's scoring drives were on short fields, and that's a big part of it. But, and again, I can't say it enough, not taking anything away from Minnesota, because I even thought they were the more physical team and beat the Lions at their own game. But when you look internally and it's a team that you're covering and you know how good they can be and how good they've been repeatedly over the last 3 years, this was just a shocking outlier. And we said throughout the course of our Locked On Lions post-game show all evening last night, or I guess it'd be all afternoon yesterday, that this is a kind of rare air for Dan Campbell within the last couple of years, because you just haven't had this stinker of a game where you lose to an inferior opponent. Have you lose to Kansas City, sure, you lose on the road in Green Bay. Last year, the two losses in the regular season were to the Buffalo Bills, and then Tampa Bay was so early in the season last year, you're still kind of feeling everything out. But point being, the Lions haven't lost 2 games in a row since, I believe, 2023. Double check me on that. But it'll be interesting to see how they respond, because they were punched in the mouth at home by a divisional opponent that many believe to be far inferior to the Detroit Lions.
Nick, Dunkin' Dad, go.
Nick, what's up, Nick? Shout out to Nicholas. No, completely agree for the majority of the commentary. I definitely think for the Vikings, it was more of a not gotta have it game, but if we're as legit as we're saying we are, we need to win this, and they did. They executed, and I think Jake is absolutely right. I think you walk away from this game looking at yourself as Lions, going like, "Yo, all right, we're supposed to be pretty good. Like, we're supposed to have our crap together. Like, if anything, we're not supposed to be giving the ball away on offense. We're not supposed to be making, dumb plays. Like, this is a well-oiled machine. Yeah, we had a little setback in the beginning of the year. We overcome the Johnson thing. The offense is humming. It's running, blah, 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 blah. So now, like you said, as Campbell, I'm sitting there going like, all right, it's not a come to Jesus moment, but it's a reflective moment of, all right, maybe we're not as good as we thought we were, or we're not as good as where we thought we were, if that makes sense. And I think that's really my takeaway from that. Is like, because the Lions are talented, man. They should have blown the hell out of the Vikings the other day. You're at home on your track. They're coming into your house. McCarthy hasn't picked up a ball in 5 weeks.
Yeah, I meant to mention this too. Lions off a bye week, so rested,
you're
plenty of time,
you're ready to go. But I mean, turnovers, short fields, like that stuff kills you.
Yeah, that was also the first time they've lost. The Lions have lost back. Last time the Lions have lost back-to-back games was when they lost 4 in a row. In 2022, by the way.
Yeah. They still haven't lost back-to-back games because they had the Monday night snuck in there in between their last 2 losses. So they did beat Tampa Bay. So they gotta figure out how to win against Washington, which obviously looks like a different team right now.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, number 6. What were your thoughts on Dan Campbell's challenge on Justin Jefferson's catch, which was overturned as a no catch? Are we at that place again where like, what is a catch now these days?
Yeah, in real time, I thought it was a catch. And when it was the number of times, I love the commentary on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. We all know that's a really great place to go to just, see logical, reasonable reactions and commentary. And for the number of times I've seen the Lions somehow invent ways for the officials to be on the other side of it, this was actually a time where I kind of put both hands up in the air. It's like, I think that's a catch, but they're going to say it's not. So, all right, Lions get the ball back. But in real time, I thought it was a catch.
I thought it was a catch. I was like, it looked like a catch, and I was like, this is the what's the word? The TJ Hawkinson play during the Eagle game when he bounced and the ball came out and stuff. That's what I thought. And I'm in that gray area again, so I don't know what the catch is anymore. So, Duncan, you got anything?
I just don't want us to cross the Rubicon into the nitty pick of every play, because it's already getting difficult to watch with the way that the defenders get to play against, quarterbacks, the hands, the grab, and the phantom DPIs, defensive holdings. There's a point where I had to walk away because I was like, come on, guys. Come on, I want to watch the game. I don't want to be every 2 seconds. We can challenge this, challenge that. Can't challenge. It's. Don't take me there. Do not take me there.
Don't go there with me. That's what Allen Iverson's mother would say. All right, number 5. Rank me your defensive players in the NFL currently, and stop when you get to Aiden Hutchinson, since he got paid this last week. By the way,
paid.
I'll go first. Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, Aiden Hutchinson. Is that cool to put him in the top 3? Am I ranking him too high? Because I know, Jake, you're the Lions fan. Am I ranking him too high?
Are you talking just defensive edge rushers, right?
Yeah, edge rushers, yeah.
Oh, edge rushers. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I had some unpopular opinions with a lot of it. I don't think Aiden Hutchinson was very good yesterday. As far as an entirety of the position, I think Micah Parsons you can scheme against. I think a lot of these guys you can scheme against, but what are they paid to do? Sack the quarterback. So in a lot of ways, we take edge rusher and kind of divide the responsibilities in half and say, how good are they at sacking the quarterback? So the list you just said, sacking the quarterback, I don't have any problem with that. I think holistically or as a complete player at the defensive line position, Max Crosby deserves a lot of credit as the most disruptive player. Myles Garrett too. I mean, you can't argue with the 5-sack performance from last week, even in a losing effort. Aiden Hutchinson, there's a couple of plays where he just doesn't, and like the football guy in me gets upset when he doesn't wrap up. Like if he's not sacking the quarterback, the actual fundamentals of performing a form tackle is just not good. He throws his body at people, and sure, it works against a quarterback. And I'm not talking down on Aiden Hutchinson. No. Obviously, he signed the big bag, and I was really excited about that. And I'm glad that he's going to be with the Lions for the foreseeable future. But just in terms of, the best edge rushers, I'm going to go Myles Garrett, Max Crosby. Then I'm going to get Micah Parsons on that list for you, and then Aiden Hutchinson.
I like that list. Better than mine. Dunkin' Dad.
Yeah, no, I'm words right on my mouth. I feel if Crosby is sort of like that disruptor, you got a game plan for Parsons. Garrett obviously isn't like in a league of his own. It's same thing. I noticed that yesterday watching Hutchinson, and there was a couple times too where he was sort of like blocked off of the ball opposite way that they're running the play. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, why didn't we come back inside? And there was 2 or 3 plays, and I was like, okay, he's got his money, he's good, he is disruptive, he does this with the quarterback, but is he okay, I'm lining up and I'm marking where Hutchinson's at? Like, I don't think he's there yet. Like, I don't look across the line and go like, oh crap, that's Parsons. Oh crap, that's Garrett. Oh crap, that's Max Crosby. I'm like, oh, okay, I know where Hutch is at, but I'm looking at everybody else too,
Yeah,
Okay.
I would agree. And TJ Watt's another one I meant to throw in the conversation.
Yeah.
I think he deserves his flowers.
As I'm going to throw a bouquet to him right now. Maybe that Steeler defense can catch it anyways. It's like since they had a funeral, since the Steeler fans had a funeral for the Steeler. I don't know if you saw that, by the way, Jake. Did you?
Let's go.
No, the Steeler fans had made up a coffin and everything, and there's a Steelers defense. It was so funny, by the way. So, all right. Number 4, give me your power rankings after week 9. I'll give you mine. Lions 1, 2 Bucks, Eagles 3, Rams 4, Chargers 5. Dunkin' Dad, go.
This is where I can't, do I take away from the Eagles being 1 because they were on the bye week and didn't play, and that's just all. Yeah. Give me Buffalo. I think they could be the Eagles right now if they had to play, especially in Buffalo. Philly, Tampa, the Rams look really good. I'm telling you, I'm really getting high on Seattle, man. I'm getting really high on Seattle. And then I guess maybe throw in, I guess maybe the Chiefs in bottom half of that.
Okay. Jake?
Yeah.
I'm very heavy AFC all of a sudden because we're not giving enough love to some of these surprise teams in the AFC. So they're not my number 1 team, but they're certainly shooting up the power rankings, and that's the New England Patriots. I mean, Drake May's playing at an MVP level. So I'm going to
say that again for the kids in the back.
Right. This is crazy, but I'm going to go Philly 1 as much as it pains me. And then after that, I just got a run of AFC teams. I've got Patriots, Broncos, Colts, and Bills.
Ooh, nice.
I disqualified. The Daniel Jones gave me the dumb look he had at the Giants, so maybe you're off my list for a while. You're the Vikings of last year to me.
And that's Seattle is probably the next team on the honorable mention, if you will. It's just that's so mine. There's so much parity in the NFL right now. Well, here we are, early November, and I don't think we're any closer to knowing truly who are the best 5 teams.
How awesome is it for Darnold to have Jackson and that Horton kid? Like, that Horton kid is like nuts.
Yeah, I think
Like
JSN's
he
even
finds
not
like he
better.
finds his way open. You know what I mean? Like, and that's for a rookie. That's kind of a big deal, especially when you got a number one wide receiver on the other side.
True. All right, number 3. Is it a fireable offense that Dan Quinn left Jaden Daniels in while getting blown out 38-14 after getting injured, by the way?
This is the old quarterback wants to be in the game because I'm the captain. I want to go down with the ship and everything is right. But yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Like, Washington was not in that game at all. Like, first quarter, they were not in that game. You give them maybe start in the third, a little bit here and there. After that, listen, he's already coming back off of an injury. Sit him down, let him rest a little bit. You know, don't chance it. Do I fire Quinn over it? No, I understand where he's coming from, but you know, anybody was watching that game in the first 15 minutes, you were like, this game is over.
Yep.
This is the classic, like, every single rule that's ever made is meant to have one or two exceptions, outliers, whatever you want to call it, because I'm a big proponent of play the game, injuries happen, and any competitor wants to be out there, whether you're up or down 50, whether there's 10 seconds left or in the first quarter. I guess, if you will, that's my rule. And now here's when the exceptions come in. It's a player with an injury history. It's a player. And I also subscribe to the theory that maybe it does send the wrong message if, oh, hey, guys, we're out of this game. Take me out. You go, to Mariota, you go take the hits now. I don't want to. And again, of course, hindsight is always 20/20, but you have to kind of compare and contrast the negative sides and the optics of coming out of the game versus the unfortunate reality of what happened with the injury. So do I fire Dan Quinn over it? No. Do I even blame Dan Quinn over it? I'm not at that point yet, because again, I'm such a believer in play all 60 minutes, play the game. This is the National Football League. This is the highest level of football in the history of the world. So injuries are going to happen. It's a part of it. And it's super unfortunate that it happened in such a blowout game. And again, the other side of the coin, do I blame Dan Quinn if he takes Jaden Daniels out? No, not necessarily. And it's easy to sit here, behind a microphone and say, you got to do this. But it's unfortunate. It's a harsh reality, but and it could have been prevented. Yes. But I don't think this is some, look at Dan Quinn.
Let me point the finger at something anyways. So, all right. Number 2. What is the best game on the Week 10 slate that has your eyes on, by the way? Could be the Lions game. Eagles play Monday Night Football. Everyone's going to watch that. My early game I'm going to watch is that New England Tampa game, by the way. I think that's going to be the most entertaining game in the early slate that's on CBS, by the way. Dunkin, what do you got?
Yeah, no, I'm super interested in the game you just said. I want to see how Tampa Bay comes off of their bye. I think New England is showing a lot of promise. Really want to see, especially Patriots traveling, how they're going to kick up. I like the Eagles game as well. I mean, I'm a homer, so I'm interested in seeing that. And it's a long break, have some new components, some old pieces coming back. Let's see if we're this fine oiled machine again, like we were off the bye last week, or if it's going to be another open secondary season and have the ball thrown all over us.
Jake, what's your game you got?
The Sunday night game should be really good. I feel like Pittsburgh's on some,
they're on that run.
Yeah, primetime game, and at some point, it's they're featured for a lot of different reasons. But Sunday night game, Steelers Chargers, some good ones in the late window as well. And I'm not just saying that because my Lions are playing then. I think an even better matchup in the late window are the Niners hosting the Rams. The Niners, through all the injuries, all the, I guess, garbage, for lack of a better term, the Brandon Ayuk saga, even Juwan Jennings being just the typical wide receiver diva stuff, they're still, a team that's in the conversation in the NFC. I believe, what are they now, 6-3, 5-3? I'm not sure if they've had their bye week yet. That's on me. But point being is, they're 6-3. So they're still every bit a part of the NFC West divisional conversation. And we've talked at length about how good Seattle's been, but don't sleep on the Rams or Niners either. So Matthew Stafford's playing at an MVP level, which is just crazy because he's like 50 years old, but good for him. I'm sure Kelly Stafford will find a way to make that about herself. And when Matthew Stafford gets booed at the next visiting stadium, they'll say they're booing her children, and then she'll throw a pretzel at somebody because these are all factual things that have happened. And I'm not even making a joke. These are all things that have happened.
I believe you. Also throw in Baltimore, Minnesota. I think that's a good game also. Ravens, Vikings. I think that's a good one too.
By the way, you can clip my Kelly Stafford comment because that is a never-ending bit. There are a few people in the world that drive me as bonkers as Kelly Stafford that make my skin crawl, which is a shame because Matthew Stafford seems awesome.
Yes. We will clip that. Don't worry. All right. Number 1. It's Monday Night Football. What's the first thing you think of Cardinals Cowboys? I really mean anything, honestly.
I don't think a lot of people would think of this, and unfortunately, I had to get I got too far into the weeds doing some Texas State Network reporting because people love the.
We like that already.
Yeah, Texas angle. This is bizarre. You ready for this one?
Go.
Kyler Murray has never lost at AT&T Stadium. He is a combined 9-0. And that spans from a high school quarterback in Allen, Texas, winning a state championship there, the Big 12 championship in college, and his entire NFL career. He's never lost at AT&T Stadium. Those are some nuggets for you, but he won't be playing tonight. That'll be Jacoby Brissett. So I don't know if the Cowboys win, which is big. Does that go against Kyler Murray if he doesn't play? But just kind of a wild stat. Like, where else could you find a player and a venue in which he has wins in high school, college, and in the pros?
That's a deep dive right there, man.
You win for the day. I got nothing. So.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, Emmitt Smith getting a Russian title in a Cardinals uniform as opposed to a Cowboys uniform, but hell, shout out to Kyler Murray. Take the day off, play some Fortnite.
Jake Riepma, you won this round already. So that's 10 questions for this week. Who's back of the week, by the way? Dunkin Dad. Can I say Dunkin Dad because he's back from Spain?
Yeah, Dunkin Dad back.
Back of the week. Oh my goodness, who is back of the week? The Pittsburgh Steelers defense that was laid to rest. 5 turnovers.
That's a good one, Jake. Who you got?
I love that. Who's back of the week? I think I have to. I'm sorry. This is tough. I think I gotta say the you said Pittsburgh Steelers. Who's back of the week? How about really drawing it out here? Kickers are back. Yeah. We had a 68-yard field goal. Record breaking.
We did.
Yes, we did.
I watched it live. I couldn't believe it. It was like on the tiny little corner box of the 4-box Sunday NFL tickets, and I'm like looking down there. Wait a second, are they really kicking a 68-yard field goal? So kickers are back.
There we go. Also, Rico Dottle doing Key and Peele skits.
Yes,
that's another one too. And also, if you're a YouTube TV subscriber, cable problems now. Those are back now.
That's so messed up. Screw them.
Direct TV stream. I have no problems with them.
Yeah, Charter Spectrum, smooth sailing.
Same too. All right, week 10 guess the lines. Bye weeks. We got the Bengals on the bye. Cowboys are on the bye. The Chiefs are on the bye, and the Titans are on the bye. See you in Cancun this week. Enjoy yourself. Don't get hurt. All right, Thursday night football. Raiders Broncos. This game is in Denver. Classic AFC West rivalry. I'm gonna say. Can I say the Broncos are a 10-point favorite here? It's the Raiders.
That's big. Yeah, I was gonna go Broncos 5.
I'll go split the difference. Broncos 7.5 because the Raiders didn't look too egregious. They didn't look good. I mean, they lose on a 2-point conversion for the win over Jacksonville. So,
yikes!
I give props for that. By the way, at least you didn't want to go for the tie, unlike some people do, like Matt LaFleur did. So, Raiders are a 9.5-point underdog, by the way, for Thursday night football in Denver. So,
all right.
Sunday morning football. We are back overseas. Can we say this is a decent game? At least Falcons Colts in Berlin, keeping it real in Berlin, as the kiddos would say in the 80s. Can I say Colts by 5 or 6? I meant Colts by 6, please. Duncan Head.
I'll go.
Yeah, Jake.
My bad. I'll do Colts 6.5. Atlanta's terrible.
I'm gonna go Colts 4.5, and everyone take the over.
5.5. 48.5 is your over/under, by the way.
Yeah, we'll get that easy.
That'll be fun. All right. Yikes, these games blows. But I really don't want to watch a lot of these games anyways. Browns, Jets, Jags, Texans, Saints, Panthers, by the way.
Well, I think I just got sick.
Oh, God. Is it seasick from the cruise or airline sickness?
Oh,
Or the
Jet
Spain food? Jets sickness. Browns, Jets. I'm pick them. I'm going to say pick them, at least, for this game.
I'll say Browns minus 2.5.
Yeah, I think the Browns because of their defense. Give me the Browns by 3.
Browns by Jets are 1.5-point favorite, by the way, in this game. I don't like it. Over under 36.5, by the way.
I hate Vegas.
Do you bet that over 36.5?
No.
Okay, then.
No. Who's going to catch the ball? Who's going to throw the ball?
Who's got hands on either team for the whiteouts, anyways? All right, Jaguars, Texans, AFC South rivalry in Houston. CJ Stroud's in concussion protocol.
Yeah, he's not going to play, man.
He ain't gonna play. I'm gonna say Jaguars by 3.
I don't hate that. I'll do Jags. The Texans are in a bad spot.
Yeah.
I'll do Jags 5.5.
Yeah, I'll go Jags 4.5. And man, did we all miss, or did the Texans just miss on themselves this year?
Oh, did we overhype the Texans?
Yeah,
I did. I'm a big believer.
Same, big time.
I
thought it was a walk away, easy runaway division for them.
I'm a big believer in. I still am a believer in D'Amico Ryans. I think he's been a really great head coach. They just can't. They can't score points.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Him going after the media was entertaining, actually.
Yeah, that was kind of an odd one.
That felt very Matt Patricia like almost.
Yeah, and the kudos to those reporters who were all just kind of like, I think we've been very fair and a lot of times positive. So I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Try and inject the rat poison from Saban. All right, Texans are a 1.5-point favorite here, by the way, with Davis Mills if he's named starter.
I'm off today. I don't know what it is. Actually, I do know what it is. I'm just dumb.
All right, Saints Panthers 1:00 in Carolina. Carolina, they are entertaining. They're frisky, very very frisky, and the Saints are just not entertaining. They're bad. And
any divisional game with that division, it's just kind of a snooze fest. I mean, let me take that back. It's not a snooze fest. They're usually close, but they're bad games that are close. And It's the old question of, does a close game mean it's good, or is it just a bad close game? So I'll say another bad close game. Carolina 4.5.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take.
Get there, hostess mostess.
3 Panthers.
All right, give me the Panthers 3.5. And please, Saints, you didn't listen to me last year and didn't draft the right quarterback. Don't draft a kid from Indiana. Don't draft him.
That was a kid from Louisville they took.
Yeah, I know, but saying when they
this
get the number one
don't
pick
draft
this year,
Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, don't draft Mendoza. He's not your answer.
I'm a big Mendoza fan.
I like him, but he's not the answer for Kellen Moore down there.
No. 5.5 is your line for the Saints and the Panthers. Panthers are a 5.5-point favorite. That's a lot of points.
That kid from Oregon.
I need to go through the quarterbacks. Who's good, who's bad. Anyways, I'll say that.
Not going to be Arch.
It's not going to be Carson Beck because that dude is a head case already. He's got problems.
See ya.
All right, Bills Dolphins 1:00 rivalry game in Miami. I think this will have more Bills fans than Dolphin fans. Give me the Bills by a touchdown, please.
That's where I'm at too. Road favorites by a touchdown and a half. That's crazy. 7.5 Bills.
Yeah, give me the Bills by. Give me the crazy eights. Crazy eights, Bills. Crazy eights.
Crazy eights. We're going. Okay. All right. It is 9.5 for the Buffalo Bills. By the way.
Wow.
Over under 50.5. By the way. We'll see if Jalen Waddle's. We'll see if Jalen Waddle's on the team by then. Anyway, so that's why. All right. Cardinals Seahawks 4:05. I think this is somewhat of an entertaining game if Kyler Murray's played or if he gets traded. Anyways, I think the Seahawks will be a touchdown favorite here
in Seattle.
In Seattle, yes.
I'm on Seattle as well. I'll even say 8.5.
I'll go Seattle 6.
Straight touchdown, 7. Seattle. There we go. All right,
We're like
Giants
painting a picture today. We're all around it. We're all around it.
Got it surrounded.
we're like Picasso right now. We're making a beautiful, or Da Vinci at least. I don't know. I paid attention to art history occasionally. Giants and Bears, 1:00. God. Dart versus Caleb, 2 ex-USC quarterbacks. Let's say Bears by 3.
Is it in Chicago?
It's in Chi-Town, yes. Noon start for those
All right,
guys.
I'll say Bears 5.5, and they probably will win this one and then have a 6-3 record and have to listen to Bears fans never shut up.
Thank you, Jake Riepma, for stealing my thunder. Yes, the Bears are going to win this game. It's going to be 4 points, some crap like that. Then everybody and their brother is going to roll out, and the Bears are the second coming since. No, they're not. They're the Bears. You beat horrible teams.
Bears are 3.5-point favorite in this game, by the way. So are we rooting for Jackson Dart to smoke the Bears this weekend?
Yes, Bears fans are so annoying and so insufferable.
I thought the Green Bay fans were bad, thinking they were the next, we're the class of the NFC. And now the Bears, they string together a couple wins, and no.
I'm out, dog. All right. Sunday ticket watchable. Patriots Buccaneers, by the way, 1:00.
Yeah.
I think the Bucs are a 3-point favorite in this game. I think this will be a shootout. I feel.
What's the weather look like down there in Tampa?
Let's go to the weather report right now. We don't have it sponsored yet, so Weather Channel, sponsor us, please. Anyways, Tampa right now for this past weekend is coming weekend. 85 and sunny.
Oh, all right. Not gonna have that rainy, sloppy thunderstorm weather.
No.
Beautiful day down there in Tampa.
No.
Yeah, give me the Bucks at home by 2, but just because they're home.
Jake, what do you got?
Yeah, I got to stick with the Patriots. I said that they're in my power ranking, so I got to stay true to that. And I'll say it's a pick 'em, 0.5 point for the Bucks, but I like the Patriots on the road in a big spot.
I think this will be a fun game, anyways. Buccaneers are a 2.5-point favorite, by the way. Over under is 48.5, by the way. We may have to have some fun and take the over for this game, by the way. We have to. All right, Ravens Vikings is your next game, 1:00 in Minnesota. JJ McCarthy versus Lamar Jackson. I feel the Ravens are about to go on a run, and we're gonna have to hear obnoxious Raven fans again. Am I right, Dunkin' Dad? So I'm gonna say Ravens by. I think Ravens are a 2.5-point favorite here
on the road.
Yes.
I don't know. I think Vegas is going to like what the Vikings did. I think they'll give them 1.5 points at home.
Yeah, I think they were really impressive. And because of that, I mean, I saw it firsthand. I think Vikings 4.5 here.
Ravens are a 3.5-point favorite, by the way, in Minnesota.
Yikes. What? Yet the Eagles are a dog. How about that?
I don't know anything about anything.
Bad week. It's a bad week for all of us. I'll say that.
Undefined.
I think I only gotten one so far, anyways. All right, Fox doubleheader. We'll start with. Should we go West Coast to East or East to West?
Yeah, let's go left to right. We're in America.
We're in America. All right, let's go to LA. Let's go to San Francisco, aka Santa Clara Rams Niners, a classic rivalry. Do you know any Dodger fans that are also 49er fans, since they are happy as anything, as I've never seen before? So if so, give me the true LA fan. I think there'll be a 1.5-point favorite here.
In Santa Clara?
In Santa Clara, yes.
The Rams by 2.
I'm on the other side. Give me 49ers minus 1.5.
Survey says Rams 3.5, by the way. 3.5 point favorite, over under 49.5 right now.
Are we not respecting the 49ers enough? And I hate that came out of my mouth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think we are because it's Mac Jones' quarterback. That's why I know. I also say this: Kyle Shanahan can make any quarterback like $1 million.
But I'll say, but they keep winning games.
Yeah, it's like they keep like they're the most obscure, like what 6-3, 6-2, something like that. Like that's crazy. Yeah, I just like I feel like I'm undervaluing them. I feel like they're going to show up in the playoffs, and you're going to be like, "What the hell are you doing in the NFC Championship game?" And there they are. Seriously.
All right. Let's go to Washington. Lions at Redskins. I'm going to say this, Jake. I think this is going to be a lot of points. Lions by 10.
I like that. If the Lions, who we think they are, I don't want to sound like the late great Dennis Green, may he rest in peace, one of the all-time best sound bites. But if the Lions are who we think they are, they'll win this game by 10.
But they are who we thought they were.
Thank you, Dennis Green.
Thank you, Dennis Green.
What a guy.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know you said 10, so I'll say 10.5.
I'll go 9.
Survey says 7.5 point favorite for the Detroit Lions. 50.5 is the over/under, by the way. Interesting. All right.
I guess Detroit's going to score 42 points because Washington's not score crap.
That felt like that was the biggest beatdown I've seen on Washington since the Eagles did it to the Washington in 2010. I felt when I saw like 21-0, I was like, did Michael Vick come out and start throwing bombs to Deshaun Jackson? At least that's what I think of all the time. Yeah. All right, Steelers Chargers in LA. Before we get to the line, how many Steeler fans are going to make this a home game? By the way,
yeah, Steelers travel well, man. It's good.
They are.
Oh well.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably minimum 50-50 split. Probably 60-40. Probably 60-40. Yeah.
I'm going to say 80% Steeler fans here. Because it's the Chargers.
All right, Chargers.
All right. But really, I think the Chargers are 3.5 point favorite here.
I'll give them 1.5 at home.
I'll do 2.5 points.
1, 2, 3. Survey says.
Chargers are 3-point favorite.
There you go. Hey, way to go.
Look at us. Riepma, we split the difference.
Let's go.
I give it to you, though, because you were closer anyways. All right.
The help I can get.
Monday Night Football. Classic rivalry. You have many moments in this rivalry, as I could say. At Lambeau Field, Eagles-Packers. Packers with a bad loss to the Carolina Panther. That was entertaining, at least. I don't trust the Eagles in the spot. I really don't. After the bye week and you're not playing until Monday. Can I say the Packers are 3-point favorite here?
Yeah, I don't trust the Packers, though, on the flip side. I mean, did we watch anything from Sunday? I mean, yes, it was. I mean, there's no excuse. They were at home.
It's Carolina's birthday, right?
Yeah. They lost Tucker Kraft, so I'm on the Eagles here.
Eagles.
3.5.
Yeah, I think when this opened, it was like Green Bay 2.5, but I think it opened up while we were on the bye. Nobody had played. I think as of right now, as it stands, I mean, I think the Eagles have to be favored with everything that's going on. I mean, give me the Eagles by 3.5.
Packers are 2.5 point favorite here.
That's nuts.
Over under 44.5. That's
yeah, not after Kraft went down, man. No. I mean, if you can get 2.5 on the Packers right now, get it because that's not going to happen.
No. All right. Let's guess the lines. Jake Riepma, how much fun was to talk to Mike Elko, by the way? Before I got to promote this because that was truly entertaining.
It was a blast. Yeah, if you missed it, you can go on 105.3 the Fans YouTube page, and they finally got Fan University's own little show tab there, so you can check out all the interviews. But most recently, Mike Elko, Texas A&M, number 3 team in the country. He was hilarious. I mean, you talk about a guy that is also like, I mean, you've seen his halftime speeches. He's obviously a hard-nosed football coach, but he was hilarious with us. We were talking about Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls, his rap preferences, and how much of a hard time he always gives his players. He makes them pay a Cabo fund when they commit penalties so he can go to Cabo in the offseason. He's hilarious, man.
That is great.
And we got big plans for this week as well. Sorry, I know we're just shameless plugging Fan University.
We have to on here. That thing you get bigger guests in the Upper World podcast.
Yeah,
So we will always plug your show.
Yeah, we're crossing the T's, dotting the I's on another North Texas guest because the UNT Mean Green are quickly becoming America's sweetheart as it relates to the non-Power 4 teams and the Group of 5 teams that could get into the playoffs. Because UNT, just with the one loss on the season, they beat Navy last week. Which nothing against the troops, we love the troops. Salute, we love the Navy, but the Mean Green got it going on in Denton.
That is awesome.
Salute to the Mean Green. They kicked the other Mean Green, USF, right out of the equation. Those 2 losses are hurting South Florida. Only other big breaking news besides seeing me up and down the network on the Sports Digital Network is that Philly-related guy, Miami-related guy, Gabe Kapler, has just been promoted to the GM of the Marlins. He is taking over the helm. All coconut oil hail in South Florida. The perfect guy to be your GM. Congrats.
Lord
Gabe.
help me.
Congrats, Gabe.
That's what I could say. Miami is the worst baseball market of all baseball markets.
That is going to be one hell of a press conference.
Oh, God. All right. That's Guest the Lines. We try to be on time. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy it on YouTube, by the way. This is on the Upper World Podcast YouTube account. You'll probably hope you guys enjoy it and see all the hijinks of all of us. Take care. Be well. Peace out, fellas.
See ya.